Farhan,
Good
how are
morning.
you?
Doing good? How are you?
Yeah, good sleep?
Yeah, pretty good sleep.
Okay, let's chat. Okay, Kitty, I'm sorry, but I need to sit here. Okay? Alright, Farhi.
All right.
So, let's talk about your Huachuma adventure.
Yeah. So,
So, maybe we start from like, why did you came here and,
mm,
what really brought you here? What were your expectations
mm,
from this work and your experience here, the real say?
yeah. So my main intention coming here was to get a lot deeper into like self-realization work and expand my consciousness, and just do a lot of spiritual exploration, spiritual growth, and just kind of dive deeper into that realm. I feel like back where I'm from in New York City, it's a little bit limiting sometimes.
We just talked about New York with Martin.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it's just so funny. We talk about the Matrix, and
Yeah.
New York is like it's just the belly of the beast kind of
Yeah.
thing.
It's like the highest
So
level of the
it's like
Matrix.
a concrete jungle, and it's interesting that you're just saying that.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. And
Yeah, so just wanted to connect deeper with that spiritual growth and connect with nature, and also kind of explore this plant medicine. I was reading a lot about it.
just a little bit louder, please, if you can tell, because they will not hear.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
scream it out.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So I just wanted to really explore Huachuma. I was reading a lot about it and like people's experiences on it, and how they got really deep with the self-realization work, and they were able to just get a better connection with their soul. And so I was really interested in that, and just wanted to dive deep into it.
Okay.
I've done like mushrooms in the past, and I've had great experiences with it, but like it was a little tricky. Sometimes they gave me bad experiences. So I wanted to focus on something a little bit more gentle and like more heart opening. I feel like mushrooms was very like mind identified sometimes. So yeah, I
Yeah,
just
it's
kinda-
more mental.
Yeah.
This is heart medicine.
so I just knew that like Huachuma was the best option for me.
Okay, so how is it being here?
It's been amazing. Like I feel like a lot of what I was missing back home, like I found it all over here. One thing that I didn't really come here looking for was the connection. I feel like I felt a really deep connection with everyone. Everyone is so open-minded, so loving, and their heart is so open, and they just have like a high awareness. And so
That's what Huachuma makes you.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's what you become as a result of this work.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, so I feel like I was taking in a lot of like really good energy from everyone, and it was sort of like healing some blockages I felt like I had back home. Back in New York is very every man for themselves type of mentality. People are a little bit more identified with themselves and less like community
lot more.
focused. A lot more, yeah.
I love
Yeah. Like you don't say hi to your neighbors, you don't say hi to people walking by. It's just like unnatural.
Yeah, it's hostile.
Hostile.
It's
Yeah,
like hostile
yeah.
environment.
Even in like the work environment with people you're like close, it's still
Competition,
hostility. Yeah, yeah.
it's just that's the nature of big cities. Not like
Mm.
we are, hating on New York. Not
Yeah,
at all.
no, no.
It's just in every big city is like this. Is the energy of big cities.
Yeah.
That's what I write in my books.
Mhm.
We just discussed with Martin that too. That's why I refer to that. You're just more pronounced in places like New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I felt it most.
Mm.
And isn't it funny that this is the place where I found a way to South America? It's like I start my second book from that
Okay.
story. Walking in Manhattan there,
Yeah.
and it's a Mexican confession. Very
Mhm.
very important book. I would recommend people read. So, okay. So how is the experience? What's Huachuma for you?
Huachuma just really beautiful, heavenly, like divine experience. I felt like some of the stuff that I experienced there, I didn't even expect to like experience it in the material world. I thought I would need to wait till like after this life.
Yeah, after you die, like after life. That's what they tell you.
Yeah.
That's what they tell you
Yeah.
will happen to you, but that's not true. That's a deception.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it doesn't happen to you here, nothing will happen to you there.
Yeah.
If there is there.
Yeah.
And if you sleep all your life here, there's not there for you.
Yeah.
You have to be awakened already to have a continuation, a different conversation. But go ahead, just share what you want.
Yeah, so feel like with every Huachuma experience, it just kept building up into something like deeper and more divine. I feel like originally I was having trouble kind of connecting with the medicine. My heart wasn't like fully open, and I feel like a lot of that was based on
Previous experiences,
previous
life,
experiences.
the way lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I had a more isolated lifestyle from like working remotely and just being in that like city life, and so I was kind
It
of
closed you
off.
down.
Yeah,
You know.
I just feel like once I got to open my heart with the Huachuma, I started having these really like magical experiences. Like one of the ceremonies, I felt like I was in heaven. The next ceremony, I felt like I had a realization.
Higher heaven.
Higher heaven, yeah. And
Higher heaven is like a skyscraper there.
Yeah.
It's like first floor of the heavenly skyscraper, and then it's like 100-story building there.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. I just kept like ascending, and I realized that the heavenly experience was like inside of me, and I feel like I can still access it even
Exactly
without the
right.
Huachuma.
Exactly right. It's heaven is to be realized, not to be found.
Yeah,
So that's true. Huachuma helps you to realize that.
Yeah.
It shows you what it is, what it feels like.
I feel like a lot
To
of
be
the
in heaven.
times I was looking outside of myself to kind of grow spiritually, and I wasn't fully looking within. I was looking at all these different like just different practices, different habits, different diets, just all this kind of like outside stuff instead of like focusing on really going within. So I feel like Huachuma helped me a lot with that.
Yeah, it takes you within. It shows
Yeah,
you what's
yeah.
inside and brings light into it, brings clarity, so you can see who you are
Yeah.
and what blocks you, what stops you from being the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
And mostly it's fears and some traumas, and it's a combination of things. So you heal them, you look through them, and you let them go, and it's just okay. It's like it's a forward-looking medicine. It shows you a better life, but without ignoring the past. Actually, you learn from the past. It shows you the past, teaches you wisdom from your experiences, so you can apply, moving forward.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
It did so in such a gentle way. I feel like sometimes with mushrooms, it would just really be like in your face, like not as kind.
Yeah,
Whereas with
Huachuma is
Huachuma,
kind.
just so gentle.
Kind, loving
Yeah.
medicine.
Yeah,
It just shows you the truth in such a beautiful, loving way that you just understand it.
Yeah.
It makes it clear enough for you to understand. Even some complex concepts becomes very simple truth that you just understand. When you understand that, you use it. You take it to your life and you use it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else would you like to share? How's your stay with us, like in general? Apart of the medicine, of course.
The stay was just amazing. I feel like some of the people here I met were some of the best people I met in general. Just
Yeah, these are your new friends. This is your new family, You still have your biological family that you have to love and respect, but this is your spiritual community.
Yeah.
It's the people with whom you share sacred space. And in one day spent with these people, it's a lifelong connection in many cases.
Yeah.
In many cases. Because it's a soul level experience. So you experience the sacred silence with these people. This is your community, Like my community is my guests. I don't have friends outside of my work.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. We're not sharing sacred space together. We're not on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Like you're my friend. Like they are my friends. Because we share sacred medicine, sacred space. We're in the same vibrational field.
Yeah.
Like, why would I even look for friends outside of this?
Yeah.
It's not even, I wish them well and wish them to kind of raise a vibration to that level, and then we can be friends.
Yeah.
It's not like it's based on nothing else. It's just energy. It's like if a person does not vibrate in this on that level, then there is no we can't really connect.
Yeah.
It's good to be respectful, polite and respectful with other people, but like there is no spiritual connection with people who you don't share this with.
Yeah.
That's why it's very important to share with family members, so you bring them to that light and bring them from the darkness. from their own darkness into the light, into the healing. Many people come, bring their families back, kids, mother, father, sister, brother, It's like, it's like, oh, my mother need this, or my father is like, it happens all the time, actually, because what else would you wish to someone you love?
Yeah.
You would wish to alleviate this suffering and show them a better way to live their lives.
Yeah. And it like deepens their connection.
Very much. It's like the bonding here, you just mentioned that. The bond is very deep. Like you bond with people you just met last week. Like you never knew these people, like now they are your brothers.
Yeah.
That's the bond. That's how you feel close to these people. That's how much trust you have. So imagine with the people who you already bonded through physiology and family ties. Imagine how much deeper that will be if you share minds together. It's just it's a soul level connection. It removes all stops, all blocks, all barriers, and you can speak heart to heart, and you can figure things out, and you just remove all the negativity, all this unnecessary negativity in life that just blocks happiness. That's what it is. Couples, it's very good for that.
And I feel like the connections are so deep sometimes it like just transcends this reality.
It's eternal.
Yeah.
I'm still friends with some people with whom I drank medicine first time like 20 years ago.
Oh wow.
Still friends.
That's awesome.
It's like it just like we don't talk a lot. It's like we have different lives, but sometimes hey, just been thinking about you in ceremony, hey, it's there,
Like
we're talking 20 years ago in the jungle, first time I had medicine.
Oh wow.
With Don Howard was my teacher, and we're still in touch.
Okay, wow.
It's just the connection we made. It's just, and we're not even actively maintaining that. He has his family, I have my family. I'm busy here with my life, but like once in a year, not even every year, maybe. Just once in a while, like hey, just a warm email and a warm reply, and then we're good for another 3 years.
Nice.
That's it. But the connection is there. We're in the energy field of one another. So in our consciousness, because you share that deep, profound, mystical, spiritual experience of Huachuma. In it, everything is sacred.
It's a lot more powerful than like bonding over alcohol that's like typically seen in the West.
There's no bonding in alcohol. Alcohol will just make you stupid enough so you forget how to pretend for like an hour.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that makes you feel a little bit more social because you under the influence of alcohol. And then you feel sick. The next day or the same day. It's not. It's a fake. It's a fake bonding. In the medicine, it's the real bonding. It's like it just opens your heart, and then this is how you are now, forever. With or without the medicine. This is how you are. This is the connection. So okay. So what else would you like to share, like in terms of where the medicine took you in terms of like a spiritual experience, like in terms of like a mystical spiritual experience? What was it for you?
I feel like one of the main things that the Huachuma helped me with mentally, that was like blocking me from having like full-on spiritual experiences, was just really valuing life and really being excited for life. I feel like before I came here, I was kind of indifferent about life, not necessarily depressed, but I kind of just wanted to like do my time, learn what I needed to, and just try to transcend this like material world. But then I realized if you're not truly enjoying your experience or like truly like having an enriched life, there's nothing to transcend.
There's nothing. You have nothing. It's like this is the gift, divine gift. Your life is divine gift. Just think about how many things had to happen in the universe for you to born. Just like when you think about this, like, wow, am I an accident? No, you're not. You're not an accident. There's a purpose for you here. You just need to realize that and value every moment and cherish every moment of this life, because this life is what we have. It's a God-given gift? What do you do with it? That's the good question to ask yourself. What do you do with the most precious gift ever in your life?
Yeah.
The life itself. There is no more gifts bigger than life itself, because if you don't have life, you don't have any gifts. Like, you don't exist.
Exactly.
You know, so this is the biggest gift already.
Yeah.
Other gifts are just smaller gifts. You know,
It's all just a cherry on top.
it's cherry. It's just, you know, okay, thank you. You know, but it's still good. You know.
Yeah.
So what do you do with this? What do you do with every moment? What do you do with your life?
Just
You
really
just want
cherish
to
it.
exactly. You don't want to just, you know. In my latest book, I wrote about this. You know, the kill the time term. This is criminal. It's a spiritual crime.
Yeah.
You can't say this thing. You know. When you hear somebody say that, you just need to correct them. If you feel like, if not, you just like, you know, it's just like, you don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You just commit a spiritual crime
Yeah.
against your life, against yourself. You know, time should be cherished, even if there's nothing to do at that moment. Just to be and contemplate reality. That's a lot. That is living. Living is not necessarily to be active. That's part of life, but passivity is also living.
Yeah.
As long as you're conscious. If you're conscious and you're just sitting and looking at the mountains and contemplating its beauty, you know, and this kind of process happening at that moment, you're not wasting anything. You're contemplating.
Yeah.
You're consciously contemplating life, whether you do something or not. You know.
Exactly.
But if you live in trance, in sleep, in fear, you're not living. You just exist. You just eat food to have calorie to move around. That's it.
It's just survival mode.
It's just survival mode. That's it. It's like this is like the basic kind of, you know, it's the basic mode of existence.
Yeah.
It's not living. You know, it's not living. Living is consciousness. Living is conscious. It's passionate about. It's being passionate about life. It's being excited about life. You know, it's being aware, self-aware, and seeing life in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, that's living.
I feel like places like in nature like this, where it's a lot more easy to stay grounded and feel that inner stillness and balance, like being and doing.
Yes.
Whereas in big cities, there's so much emphasis on like doing and like
Yeah,
always hitting the next target.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like a
Exactly.
big
There
trap.
is no. You're not present there. We just talked about this exact thing with money. He nailed it too. Exact same thing. Exact same realizations. You know.
Yeah.
You always like. You know, in my latest book, I call it the hamster wheel.
Yeah.
Everybody in the hamster wheel.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know, is in the hamster wheel. Wake up in the morning, in the wheel.
Yeah.
Running fast, passing out at night. Next day, the same thing. Until they die.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's it. That's your life. You know, meanwhile, you have to drink alcohol, pop some Prozac, do some drugs, you know, watch some porn, just to forget, you know, the misery
Yeah.
that your life has become.
Yeah.
You know, and that's very sad, because life is, as I said, sacred gift.
Yeah.
And if that's a misery, you're not living it right. It should be your alarm. It's an alarm clock. Hey, you're not happy? Yeah, you need to realize why and change it quickly and live better going forward. That's what Huachuma can help you with. Exactly that. You know?
Like our bodies are so intelligent. They give us these signals when we're not.
But you're not listening.
Yeah.
The body tells you like, hey, I'm sick, or I need help. But you're not listening. There is so much stimulation in society, in the matrix. There is so much noise that it kind of deafens you, and you can even hear the voice of your own conscience, the voice of your inner voice. You can't hear it anymore, which comes from inside.
Yeah.
You can't hear it anymore because you're drunk, or you're drugged, or you know, you're just not there. You're not present. You're not present.
Yeah.
You know, you don't hear what your body telling you. That's exactly what we were talking with Mani. He was saying, yeah, I'm so glad I listened to my intuition. I came here. What if I would ignore it? Well, if you would ignore it, you would continue your misery. That's what will happen. because your future cannot change by itself. Your future is just the consequences of your past. There is no change come by itself. Change comes through realization. When you realize yourself, when you awaken, and you're self-aware, and you see your life, you see your past, you see your present, and you see your future. You know, your future is your past in time, stretch in time. It's not going to change unless you change, unless you wake up to your life, to your present, and see what needs to change. That's what medicine does. You know.
Just overall, just really loved the Huachuma experience. I feel like some moments were just so beautiful. I felt like so filled with this like divine life, energy, love, all of that, and it was just, I was just in pure ecstasy. I didn't even want to move. I just really
it's not moments, it's the whole day.
Whole day.
It's not moments. It's the whole day. It's the whole journey. You don't want to move because when you move, you already feel like you're disturbing.
Exactly.
That sacred state of bliss in which you are. Even your breath, your breath become too loud. Sorry, did I breathe too loud? Did I disturb that sacred silence and stillness with my breath? It comes to that point. You know?
And I feel like I just reached a spot, like a certain space that was just beyond like my thinking mind, and I was just pure presence, and it was just one of the most rewarding experiences I've had in a while.
Divine presence. It's a divine presence because how it feels. You feel you're in the company of divine. It's just how you feel. It's like you are present to the miracle of life. That is divine in itself.
And it's like the Huachuma makes you so grateful without putting any effort into it. I feel like in everyday life you kind of have to really remind yourself to be grateful, but with the Huachuma it's just...
It's all gratitude. It's a state of endless gratitude. That's it. You know? That's exactly right. You're making such a beautiful connection. And you actually did it from the very beginning, you know? From the very first ceremony you connected well, and it's like, I saw, okay, this guy is getting it. You know? He's getting it. Like pure sacred space that I didn't want to disturb. That's why I came check on you a few times, but you were so still. So it's like I said, okay, this guy is chatting with the Buddha right now. Don't disturb. Let him. I came to check. I didn't ignore you. I came, but I didn't want to disturb. I came like carefully. You were in contemplation, and it's like, no, he doesn't need me. Just be there.
For me, most of the ceremonies were just so deeply like introspective instead of like focusing on the external. I feel like I just went really deep within, felt a really strong connection with myself and like some type of higher power. And that was just...
Yeah, it is. That's exactly, you described it right. Just higher power that you connect to and absorb all this healing energy from. That's how I see it.
And I feel just
connection.
So much lighter, and even on the off days I just feel like there's
that's a good actually to describe how you feel on off days.
It's just amazing.
How you feel today?
Just feel energized, feel so excited for life, and to just like tackle the day, and just amazing, Just genuinely happy and content, and also feel that inner stillness, the inner peace, all of that I was feeling on the Huachuma. I even feel it on the days without it. It's a little more subtle, but still just very beautiful.
Of course. That's why you have ceremony when it's like all very pronounced, and days in between when it's more relaxed, but you still feel that beautiful, peaceful connection. Just amazing way to feel alive. I would say.
Just feel so connected. Just wonderful.
Very good, Farhan. It's like it's really good to see your transformation, which is not very dramatic externally. Some people you can tell like what the transformation, like their faces like change like from one to another. Like it's like two different people after like a few weeks. So in your case, it's not as dramatic externally because you already came in a good I would say in a good state. Of course, like confused by the matrix, like
Yeah.
deemed. Your inner light was deemed, but you were seeking. You were seeking. It was active seeking in you that brought you here. But now there is so much more energy that I can see in you that it's just kind of healed wounds.
Yeah.
It's like just you came wounded
Yeah.
by life. And now there is so much peace and so much calmness and so much clarity and focus in you, and knowing, it's in the knowing.
Yeah.
It's just knowing the path. It's knowing this connection. When you have the connection, you know it.
Yeah.
It's knowing through experience. That's what I call it, first-hand experience. It's not like you go to India, follow a guru who tell you about awakening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he is at best. Maybe that's already second-hand,
Yeah.
But that doesn't do anything to you. A description of this divine connection or awakening, it's not the experience itself. You need to have the experience to know it. It's experiential. First hand spiritual experience. Direct experience. That's what we do here.
Yeah. And I feel like the Huachuma just brings everything from inside of you that's like latent. It just,
It just
sheds
wakes it
light
up.
on it.
Yeah.
So it's just, it all comes from within. It's not from something like external person.
No,
or
it's
like
within
a
yourself.
certain belief. Yeah.
It takes you deep inside yourself, where you tap into the source through you. The source is within us. It's not outside.
Yeah.
It's within ourselves. But we are so much living in the mind that we are so disconnected from ourselves, that we are disconnected from the source.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are completely lost in the labyrinth of the mind most of the time.
Yeah.
You can even hear your body telling you, hey, you're too stressed out, you're destroying yourself. The body tells you all the time things, but you don't hear it. You just keep doing things that you do, and then you break down.
And like they see everyone else doing the same thing.
Same thing,
They
so
don't
I guess
question it.
it's like, okay, it's like, I guess everybody is like this.
Yeah.
Well, but that doesn't mean it's good or right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, everybody is stressed out, but that doesn't mean it's the right way to live life, And then people break down psychologically, and then physically.
Yeah.
First you have like psychotic breaks, and then you have health issues.
Yeah.
Because your body is not designed for to compete with machines, living in mechanical world.
Yeah.
We're not boats, we're not engines, we are organic beings.
Yeah.
And when you're in the medicine and you drink Huachuma and you breathe with the mountains, you breathe with the earth, this is the real pulse. This is the pulse of life. This is the healthy pulse of life. It's a different frequency.
Yeah.
That in the cities it's completely absent from your life. You cannot touch it. You cannot feel it. You cannot hear it.
Yeah.
Life it's artificially faster and mechanized, and that is very poisonous to your soul. And soul suffers, and then you get sick, and then you get depressed,
Yeah.
and then something breaks down in your self, So when we are in nature, when we are sitting in the river, that's the pulse.
Yeah.
Keep that pulse, keep that vibration, keep that frequency in your life as much as you can.
Yeah.
Even though it's a lot harder to live in matrix, because there is nothing there that supports that. It's like in fact everything there is to disturb that.
Yeah.
You get disturbed there. There's so many ways how you can get disturbed.
Yeah.
So that's why I always suggest people to find nature where you live. Spend camp weekly. Just do something with your life. If you're stuck in the city, you still have weekends.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Are you drinking beer and watching TV or something? It's like, what do you do? What do you do with your free time?
Yeah.
How do you restore the peace? And restoration is very important. That's your maintenance.
Yeah.
And the best way to do it, of course, if you have medicine, is the best. But second best is just spending time in nature,
Yeah.
quiet, silent. Just walk in nature,
Mm-hmm.
hear the trees,
Yeah.
dance with the wind, hear some river, whatever natural sounds you have in nature to please your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's your medicine. That's how you maintain what we create here.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't maintain, it will fade away over time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matrix come, it's very loud, and it just takes over.
Yeah. It like drains you.
It drains you, and then you will feel about, oh, I had such a beautiful time in Peru, you know, I feel so real and so myself, and now it becomes a memory.
Yeah.
You don't want it to become a memory. The memory will never fade away. From that level, that's like where it stays, but you don't want to leave a memory, you want to live the experience, you want to be connected while you're back home, not
Yeah.
leaving the memory,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so you have to maintain it there. There are, you know, different ways you can do it.
Yeah.
Maintenance is crucial.
Mm-hmm.
With maintenance, you just stay awake and connected, and all the negativity that comes to you during the week, you know, life, you know, people, work,
Yeah.
you just discharge on the Saturday. So in that sense, like, okay, whatever, Saturday's coming, I discharge everything, I rest Sunday, Monday I'm renewed.
Yeah.
I can absorb more, and then you learn how to absorb less, how to be like less as a sponge and more like what would be the analogy? It's like to deflect, easy to deflect negativity. So it doesn't come to you, you don't absorb it as a sponge. It just like comes to you, and like you have a rain poncho and rain comes. It just, you don't absorb
Yeah.
the rain. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
you know, just kind of being, you know,
Yeah. Like automatic.
just, you know, just live your life, and negativity comes and fears, and you're not even observing that. It's not even the frequency that can get to you anymore,
Yeah.
because you're so, your vibration is so high.
Mm-hmm.
You just come and just deflect it,
Yeah.
you know.
It's like one thing I learned from the Huachuma is like love is one of the highest vibrations.
Yeah, absolutely,
So-
it is.
Yeah. So
It is, and gratitude.
Right. Yeah. So it's like no matter what type of like suffering or negative experiences exist, as long as you're
In the
acting-
state
yeah,
of love.
in that state of love, you can like transcend a lot of the like, suffering and lower vibrations that exist.
Yes, state of connectedness.
Yeah.
You know, that's what the Huachuma teaching you, how to be connected, so you can retreat into it, into the
Yeah.
state in the middle of Manhattan.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can,
Mm-hmm.
if you remember,
Yeah.
you can.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is to remember it, and sometimes that's difficult because life there is so busy and so demanding that you kind of postpone your well-being. It's not on the priority list anymore. It's
Yeah.
like somewhere like, oh, okay, I'm too busy right now to think about this. I need to do this and this and this, like 10 things, you know, or more. You know, it's like, no, your well-being is the number one priority in your life.
Yeah.
That's it. Without well-being, you don't have anything. Without inner peace, what do you have? If you're not in peace, what do you have?
Yeah.
No amount of money will fix it. No amount of relationship will fix it. Nothing will fix it. Nothing will fulfill you. You know, it's all secondary and third. You know,
Yeah.
first is the peace. Is the inner serenity. Is the state of stillness in which you feel real, calm, and alive. That's
Yeah.
what you need to maintain, and then live your life from that space. Do what you need to do.
Yeah.
It's okay, you know. You work, you pay bills. It's all fine. But how you do what you do, it's not really what you do, it's how you do.
Yeah.
How you do it. Are you doing it consciously? Do you remember yourself in that moment? You know, or you just on an autopilot?
Yeah. I feel like once you're right inside and like well connected with your spirit and like your overall mental well-being, you kind of attract all the like right things in life.
You attract
externally.
better energies.
Yeah. So,
Better people, better relationship, better opportunities in
Yeah.
life. Because if you're in a state of fear, you attract that. You attract negativity, you attract fear, you know. It's
Yeah.
like attracts like. When you vibrate on a higher level,
Yeah.
that's what you attract.
Yeah.
You attract better opportunities, better relationship, better friendships,
Yeah.
better everything.
feel like most people, they go externally first, and they think, okay, if I find this success or this
Yeah,
relationship,
then I will be happy.
then I will be fulfilled inside. But it's like the other way
It's
around.
the other way around,
Yeah,
exactly. It's
yeah.
like that's how you don't find
Yeah.
what you want truly inside. It's like the external things like will not give you happiness. It's good to achieve things in life and have things in life, but
Yeah.
first you have to find yourself, find the inner peace.
Yeah.
Then act from this place and achieve things in the material world. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Make your life better. You know, money makes life easier. Money is energy that we need to make life easier so we can enjoy it more
Yeah.
and express gratitude for being alive. You know,
Yeah.
life is beautiful and there's a lot of things to enjoy.
Exactly. Yeah. I think so many people, like in the middle age, they realize that this stuff, like this method, is not going to work.
It's not, and it's too late. You're already like you're already so deep into it that it's already very hard to stop the momentum and do something else. So you kind of, okay, I'm already familiar with this life,
Yeah.
so I just keep doing it.
It's like the more years you spend.
Well,
in that
it's
mindset,
just yeah,
ingrained in
it's
you.
just become a habit,
Yeah.
you know, and you can't even see yourself outside of this habit.
Yeah.
So my suggestion is to, whenever you see yourself, whenever you catch yourself doing wrong, stop doing it.
Yeah.
Like just stop digging the hole deeper
Yeah.
and try to climb out. You know, anytime, anytime. Of course, better like you're young, so you have a lot of advantage. Like you're what, in 25 or something?
I'm 24.
24.
Yeah.
24, and you already have seen the light. You already have seen into mystery of life. Imagine how much more can be done from that moment moving forward.
Yeah. It's
You
just
know?
exponential growth with the Huachuma.
Totally. I had people who realized this at 65. That's very different. That's 40 years later than you.
Yeah.
And it's very painful at that age. You realize suddenly that you weren't living your life at all. And
Yeah.
people crying very deeply, and it's very, very sad to see them.
Yeah.
And but you know, it's still better to wake up at 65 than never, than just live your life on autopilot and just die, and you never even had a chance to think about anything.
Yeah. Yeah. And they'll probably have to keep coming back and just.
Maybe it's like, okay, this guy, send him back to Manhattan, back. You know, you didn't live your life. Go back. It's like, oh man,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm back. It's like, how many times have you been there already?
Yeah.
You know? So, very true. So, but you're very intelligent for your age, you know? 24, and you already think about like seriously deep things in life, you know, mystical things and deeply spiritual. That's incredible, you know?
Yeah.
So, just drink Huachuma, maintain this connection, contemplate life, understand constantly, try to understand deeper yourself, reality, and you just grow through this. This is what spiritual growth is. You grow through your life, through your experiences, through your contemplations, of course through medicine work, if you have that, you know.
Yeah.
So everything is very good. Like, you are good news. It's not how you came here, it's how you live that matters.
Yeah. I definitely feel like with the Huachuma a little bit less dull, less like passive, a little bit more, I don't know, just more in myself, more ready for life.
Yeah.
And just, yeah.
For sure,
Just a lot
excited
more.
about living.
Yeah.
Very important, very important. Sounds good, Farhan. So anything you would like to wrap it up with?
Just overall, very thankful for being able to know about this place. I feel like it's similar to a spiritual temple where I can like focus on that type of growth, but it's not as dogmatic or as restrictive.
Or restrictive?
Yeah, I feel like that's a very rare thing to experience in life.
That's exactly what I deal here.
Yeah, and also very grateful for meeting everyone here. I feel like I've been able to learn so much and connect so much and just heal a lot of stuff inside. So overall,
Amazing.
very grateful and very happy with my experience here, and I'll be back soon.
Okay, Farhan, all the best
Alright.
from you, man.
Thank
We'd
you.
love to see you anytime.
Of course. All right.
Okay.